Welcome back to this video series. We're talking about how you can fix your local newsletter using AI to do a ton of the heavy lifting for you. In this video, I want to talk really quickly about stories with numbers because numbers are really engaging. They'll definitely help with your click-through rate, but we do not want to sound boring when we are mentioning these numbers. We still need that art of storytelling to be in our writing. Okay, now we can find stats in loads of places, census data, local surveys, even just in news reports. We can take that information and we can share it with our community, which is valuable. But taking something like this, local library visits increased by 15% last year. Although it's a fact that you want to include, it doesn't necessarily mean it should be the title. But what we can do with AI is we can ask AI to give us some more ideas, and I'll show you some of those in a second with our own little tool that does this for you. But we can go for personal stories. So we've got this one here. We could go for trend insights, why more residents are flocking to that library. Gives us that intrigue. We want to feel like, are we missing out because we're not flocking to the library? And then what we can do as well is we can get AI tools to give us some visual enhancements. So it can create infographics from these numbers. So if we've got a report with maybe traffic volumes over time, sort of going down Main Street or something like that, or number of people picking different schools, or crime rates in different areas, whatever it wanted to cover, we can use AI to turn that into infographics, into graphs, which are really, really engaging for our readers, and content they'd like to look at and content they'd like to share as well. So there's loads that we can do with AI. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you our local newsletter optimizer now. So here it is. I've been showing you this throughout this entire series of how to fix your local newsletter. All you've got to do is cut and paste in some boring content. So I put here the local census for 2024 said, then I took that from the example that we've got over here. Then we said that I want it to give me 5 ways I could write about this in a more engaging way for my newsletter, and I want it to be concise and use bullet points. Now, if you watch our previous videos, you'll see that this will break this down in a huge amount for me. It will go through and analyze everything, which is really, really useful. But if you just want something very, very short, then you can say be concise and use bullet points. And you can see here, I've got a headline, I've got an introduction, I've got the storytelling approach, which means I could then take the information from the census. I could put this information into the tool and it will write for me as well. So if in that census, maybe I had a local example, maybe I've already reached out to some residents and asked for their thoughts and opinions, then this AI tool can go through and it can add that storytelling approach to the writing. It's given us some ideas for visual appeal. So again, to include an eye-catching infographic and an interactive element for engagement, ask people to share memories from the library. So all of this is something that you can put straight into your newsletter, and all you've got to do is give it a little bit of guidance and this tool will do the heavy lifting for you. Now, if you'd like to have a go at this, just put local newsletter optimizer in the comments and we'll send you the link, or we'll pop it into the description if we get enough interest. See you in the next video.